Sure is nice to have good music like that. Good morning, everyone, and would just like to offer some announcements to you, and if there are any others to make. Let's see here. This week we've got Wednesday KBM. Thursday we have prayer service. Jerry will be leading us in that, and we'll have our winter revival this weekend. That'll be, as you can see on the back of the bulletins, Friday night, Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, and finishing up on Sunday. One thing I'll note for next week, next Sunday, can you turn this, maybe I can kind of hear it ringing going. Sunday, you'll grab one of these things. It has all the times and everything, and it's a little different than our usual 9:15, 9:30, 10:30. We're going to have at 8 o'clock on Sunday a prayer service, and then at 9 o'clock we'll have a class, and then at 10:30 would be our main closing service for the revival. And of course there'll be food all weekend, and if you want to participate in helping out in that, there's sign-up sheets in the back, the table out in the foyer. That's the whole senior center days there. Let's see, potluck for the Sunday. So that's just kind of free for all as usual. We're going to have Tom Mitchell and his wife Deb, and we're going to have Aaron and his wife April, and they're going to be sharing with us. So please keep in prayer that we'll be blessed in this upcoming weekend. We also finally got the directories done. And I already saw some errors, but they're printed. We're not doing that again till 24. And so you can grab a copy of it out there. And please at this time just limit it to one per family if you can. If another month or so comes, we got some extra and you want a second one, go ahead. We also have, Amy has an announcement regarding to the storehouse committee that they're doing. They've got a survey put together. It's the green sheet on the table, is that correct? And she just asked that folks fill that out, and where are they supposed to turn in at? What was that? Okay, so fill those out and give that to Dennis or Kioki. And the purpose behind that is to try to assess what potential needs there are that we're not realizing and try to see to those needs. All right, that sounds good. Let's see. I feel like there was something else. 2 weeks from today, on the 19th. 9:30? Business meeting? Yeah. We'll have a business meeting at 9:30 on February 19th to have a little bit of discussion if need be. Should be pretty short, I would imagine, but to discuss on putting some of our funds down on towards the principal on the loan amount for the building here. So that's 9:30 on the 19th. Any other announcements? Sure. I was going to do prayer requests, but are there any prayer requests? What was that? Prayers for Ashley. Prayers for our revival. Prayers for Jason. Prayers for my dad. He'll be having surgery here in a couple of weeks. Prayers for Mo. She's going to have a doctor visit on her hand to see if there's damage to the growth plate on her broken finger. Prayers for Melinda. What was that? Okay. Starting next week for announcements, we're going to have a mic going around for two reasons. One, we kind of talked about in the pre-meeting, it can be hard to hear if we're not speaking up. I feel like Shirley Todd here, those of you who remember her. But also, even more importantly, there are people that watch on live stream, and it's just good if they can hear directly from us individually versus me kind of relaying what little bit I relay. So that's the new going forward next week. So prayers for James, strep throat, and Melinda with cellulitis. Prayers for Teresa, your mom. She had a little bit of whiplash at least. So I know sometimes that can take some time to feel the full effects of that. And, you know, we're going to have an opportunity to pray today, so let's take advantage of that and pray for each other and pray for our congregation here in the revival. Brian, you had something?
I just want to make a correction from last week when I was talking about the stories in the Book of Mormon. I used Jacob as a reference, and I was incorrect. It was Alma and Korihor. The stories are almost identical. They were both dealing with somebody who was preaching against Christ coming, but it was actually Alma and Korihor. Korihor was actually the one who requested a sign from God and was actually cursed by being mute. So just wanted to make that correction. It was on my mind, and I wanted to make that right. So.
Good morning. I'm going to open our service with our call to worship. It's from Moroni 7:47 and 48. And it reads, "Behold, I say unto you that ye shall have hope through the atonement of Christ and the power of his resurrection, to be raised unto life eternal, and this because of your faith in him according to the promise. Wherefore, if a man have faith, he must needs have hope, for without faith there cannot be any hope." Let us continue with hymn 284 in the gray hymnal. Please stand.